Hello, my friends, and welcome. Yes, the older man is back to drop a few nuggets of wisdom on you again today. This is coming across the wire today. This particular video I'm going to show you quickly.
Do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
So today I want us to focus on two basic subjects: the unrealistic expectations of single mothers. We have an epidemic of single mothers, not only in America, not only in the West, pretty much all over the world. The problem is a lot of these women are expecting other men to come in to pick up the pieces from their previous relationship, from the men that they decided to open their uterus to. The biggest, and I mean the biggest gift a woman can give to another man, or to humanity, to say the least, is her womb. Because her only purpose, the only thing that defines her as a woman, yes, and I know a lot of you women are going to come at me with this, is for her to reproduce, to incubate and reproduce the next generation. Yeah, that's your purpose. What do you think your purpose is? Oh, build a world? No, that's a man's job. A man's job is to build a world. He is more efficient at it. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but he is 10 times more efficient at doing that. The point that you ladies seem to ignore is that you all are now trying to become men. What is that doing? It is now contributing to massive decrease in the birth rates. Civilization in the Western world as we know it is on the decline. It's on a serious decline. Whether you think, oh no, we're overpopulated. No, we're not overpopulated. The earth has a massive amount of space in it that can facilitate billions more people. Billions, yes. The problem is that we've concentrated all of our resources and all of our energy into cities. The rural side of every single country is empty. That's what you guys don't understand. But I digress a little bit. What I want to talk about, so the two subjects I want to talk about is baby mothers who expect other men to take up the slack. And the second thing is, the problem I see is women who have hit their 30s, especially single mothers who've hit their 30s. Yeah, and not only single mothers who've hit their 30s, but married women who've hit their 30s, who are leaving their men in droves. I want to discuss that 30-year-old gap. Anywhere between the ages of 27 and 35, what Mr. Samuels defined as the danger zone.
At what age do you folks start running out of options? Well, guess what? You're 10 years older than you were at 22. Yes, you do run out of options.
That's right.
There's always a new model coming off the road, and the danger zone is real. At 35, you reach geriatric pregnancy. That's not my term. And if high value men or men with means tend to want younger women, you've crossed over past the wall. So yes, it can get to be too late if you folks act like you got infinite options.
Yes, I'm going to bring him up because I want to keep his spirit alive. Now listen, guys, I'm not here to shit on women. I'm not here to bash women. That's not what I'm doing. I am trying to highlight a problem. I'm trying to show women that there is a problem. Hopefully, when they see it, they can identify, wow, okay, I understand why I'm feeling this way. I understand why my friends are feeling this way and why they're trying to convince me that I should divorce my husband or I should leave my baby daddy. I am amazing at 30. I want you ladies to understand you are in a serious position where your brain isn't working right. So guys, before I get into it, please give me a thumbs up on the video. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. All right. My voice is still a little off, so I'm not going to get too excited. So you got to bear with me. All right. I've had a sore throat for a couple of days now. I've just been stressing my voice. So please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, go over to Instagram, send me a voice message if you got a quick question. And of course, book a session with me by going to askanolderman.com. So I'm going to start it off with this video that's been going viral lately, but it shows you the extent of where a woman is at age 33 with 7 kids. She decides she's going to leave her husband. So she asks this question.
Do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is a little, hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that...
Did she say a tad difficult? Is that what she said? A tad difficult. No! Stop lying to women. It's going to be extremely difficult to find a man who is going to take on the responsibility of 7 kids. Even if he wanted to do it, is he capable of doing it? 7 is a hell of a lot of kids. Trust me, I know. I have 2. And I can tell you, they are expensive. I think we just keep lying to women so bad. It's unreal that you think that it's going to be a tad difficult. No. Let's just finish this.
Tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on 1 person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
Oh,
no. Look at that head shake. I swear, women are like kids. Women are like kids. No sense of responsibility and accountability. No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Women are children. To a certain degree, we have to father our women. So imagine your child and not your woman actually say there's a boogeyman in the closet. You're not going to hit your child with logic and say, well, statistics show there are no boogeymans in closets. No, you're going to go in there and be like, wait, what? A boogeyman, not my baby. And you're going to act like there's a boogeyman in the closet, fight the boogeyman, or kiss her and tuck her in a bed, and then everything's okay. And she's going to feel loved and acknowledged. You have to somewhat do the same thing with your woman. If she says somebody at work is a bitch or whatever, you got to be like, what? She a bitch. What the hell? You want me to go up there? You want me to go up there and slap her? You need to just jump in and be like, what you want me to do, baby? You got to jump in her world with her and fight the monster like you're the hero.
This is the first time I'm going to concede to the women or children from that analogy, because that is exactly what I want you to do.
I think that's like that. Literally every time he has said that, I've gotten mad until this time. Now I'm laughing. So that was good.
He's like, no,
let go come to the job and he's going to drag them home.
33 years old. You're going to soon see a pattern here. You're going to soon see a really serious pattern here. Because here's the problem with being in your 30s, ladies. And you might not identify this, but I've seen it because I've been watching way too many of these shows, and I've had way too many women call in and men call in who have had wives and girlfriends who are either cheating or divorcing them, or women who can't find a man in their 30s. That's a serious age group to be messing with. I had a gentleman this morning who sent me an email from the Philippines, and he says, oh, I don't want to date any older woman. I'm 53. I don't want to date older women. I'm thinking about finding a new woman in around her 20s. And I said, dude, no. He said, well, what about 30s? I said, listen, it's one of the most dangerous ages to get involved with. Women in their 30s, and I've said this in previous videos before, a woman in her 30s still thinks that she's in her 20s. Women fail to grow up. Think about it like this. Understand the psychology and why I say this. When a woman puts on makeup, what do you think she's trying to do? She's trying to look young. She's trying to look younger. Even when a woman reaches 7 to 9, you get this kind of attitude from her. And I'm going to show you this 7 to 9 year old woman. And what does she say?
How old are you? Old, 79.
How does it feel to be 79?
Crazy, because my body's 79, but my spirit's 26.
What is something you thought was really important when you were younger, but as you got older, you realized it wasn't that important?
Probably money, even though it matters, makes it easier, but it doesn't guarantee joy. Good health is important. And
that's a whole lot of video, but I just want you to know what she said. Oh, I'm 79. But I'm still my 20s in her head. This is the problem that a lot of women have. We call it in men the Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan, you know the story of Peter Pan, the boy who just didn't grow up. But for women, it's worse because women have the responsibility of caring for our kids, nurturing the next generation. Her sense of responsibility to the child is humongous. But the problem is, society have placed this massive amount of responsibility on a childlike individual. I know you ladies don't like, I know, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. But listen, I have to say it because it's very clear. You're the ones that don't want to grow up. This woman thinks that she could leave her husband with 7 kids. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, and thinks that she can go out and find another man at age 33 just because her lace fronts look good and her nails are tight and she probably got on a waist trainer. Because I can tell you, 7 kids that stretch that stomach, yeah, things don't bounce back that easy. Maybe after 1, 2, but after that, no. She looks good, but that isn't it, my friends. That isn't all a man's looking at, okay? So, but this is so prominent in the black community. Black women feel that I don't need no man until, I get 7 baby daddies. Then it's a stress on the government because we get this kind of attitude from black women. Here's Mr. Samuel on an interview with a young woman. This is what she said. She admits it.
Seek to, be one with the black man. We even think that being...
Thank you. Clip it. Slice it, put it on World Star. She said it, not me. Now that you're independent, you don't need to be with. There you go. There you go. And there you go, black man. There it is. She's finally got one to say it.
Build businesses with us.
Your grandmothers and your great grandmothers had more trauma and more stress and did it better. They have exponentially less and they're handling it worse. But it's because they're free and can do what the hell they want to. They'll need to be with you. So you don't need to feel any guilt for taking care of you. For putting yourself first and making your passion, your purpose, your priority. You don't need to feel guilty because this 24-year-old woman just said it. They don't feel any guilt about it. Thank you.
Yes, that's the problem. Women think that it's their happiness first. To hell with those 7 kids. I don't give a shit about those 7 kids. I'm not happy. This man ain't making me happy. He this, he that, he cheating, he doing this, he not giving me enough money. 7 kids, I'm going to walk out on his ass. Why don't you go back to your baby daddies? Why don't you go back to the father of your kids? I don't want that. No. That is not the response you expect from a grown-ass woman with 7 responsibilities. It's shameful to watch that kind of behavior. It's insane. It's insane. This is how men are thinking.
Just avoid women that bring red flags to the table. Daddy issues, feminist, unhappy, unlucky. She deals with men from her past. She's got ex-boyfriends in her life. She's got loads of debt. She's violent. She has extreme jealousy. She's a party girl. Loads of tattoos and piercings. Big notch counts. Single moms. Seeking validation online. Sugar babies. Pathological liars. Baby rabies. Hissy fits. Not being in control of the birth. Drama queens and addictive type of personality. If you avoid all of these 20 red flags, your life will generally be very simple and pleasant with women.
That's a lot to avoid. But he pointed out correctly. Baby, father, drama. Okay? Men don't have to deal with that when there are millions of other childless women around the world. What about our happiness? What about our peace?
And she said, I got to talk to you. And she sat down with me, and we've been together for 16 years. I've always been straight up dedicated 100%. And she said to me, she goes, I met someone online, and I'm leaving this weekend to go see him. My life fell apart.
I don't know what I would do. I'd fucking lose it.
I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly what I did. I stood up. I freaked out. I was desperate. I was losing it. I went outside my front door here. I grabbed this bar we have that we put on the door jamb. She's always been like worried about having someone break into our house. I grabbed that thing and I went outside to my deck and I beat my railing until I bent that bar. And I hit it so hard that it bent this metal bar right in half because I was so lost and confused, you know, and I went and stood by my truck and I'm crying because it's like, this woman is my everything.
Right.
I mean, everything that the best word that I have ever had someone say is the investment that I had into her and my kids was everything. Like,
I want you guys to understand how that ended. I invested everything in her. And I can assure you that this woman is in her 30s. Two kids she had with this man. She met another man online, left her husband for a man she met online. Think about that kind of mindset. She's not thinking about anything else except herself. The level of selfishness is bizarre. But more importantly, what I want you guys to understand, and a lot of content creators are not talking about this. When a woman is in her 30s, it's all about her mindset. The woman is in a danger zone for herself mentally because all the validation she used to get in her 20s, that is starting to leave her. That she feels that she still can get that back because those experiences were just around the corner. I know if I leave my husband or get out of this relationship, I can get all of those men that were sending me DM, the 100 DMs I used to get per day. Now that's down to only like 3, 4. I know I could get those hundreds back. I need that. I need that validation. I know I'm still hot because now I got a better career. Okay. I'm older. I know what I want. I know I can upgrade. This is what's going through the woman's mind. So the next guy that hits her up online, look at him. I look at his photos. He's hot. Oh, he got a nice car. He don't have any kids. He got everything going. I can get some of that. And she abandons. She jumps ship. She don't care what her husband has built. To hell with him. I need my happiness. To hell with those damn kids. Now I'm out. My mother could look after them. I did a feature on this particular video, the whole thing. This guy bared his soul online. So if you guys can find that video, then go and check it out. I'll put a screenshot of it here so you guys can go find it.
You know what's crazy? Society is so used to single moms, even y'all know what's crazy? Society is so used to single moms, even married single moms, that when I used to tell people that I have toddlers and I'm a stay-at-home wife, the number one thing they used to always say is, oh my God, I bet your hands are so full. I bet that's so busy for you. And I didn't want to tell them the truth that I'm spoiled as hell and I have tons of help. Because 9 times out of 10, they'll also say, well, I have 3 kids of my own, so I know how difficult it is. And the whole time they're trying to project their situation onto me, I'm thinking in my head, well, dang, you probably should have got knocked up by somebody else. But I have to stand there and smile and nod and pretend I know what it's like to be a mother that just has a difficult life. But I can't relate. I'm spoiled as hell. I do whatever I want to do. Heck, I'm about to head to the spa right now. I don't clean my own house. I've never had restless nights. I've never had to change diapers by myself. I even hired somebody recently to come cook for us on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm just spoiled. I have an easy life. Kids are not. And that's because I made the right decision on who I laid down and got pregnant by. My husband and I planned our kids. And the number one thing I told him before I even got pregnant was I'm not going to be one of those stay-at-home moms that are miserable as hell, stuck in the house with kids. And you know what my husband said? Live your best life, beautiful. Anywhere you want to go or anything you want to do, you can do it. You want to go on spa dates, you want to go hang out with your friends, you want to go shopping, by all means, you are free to do that. That's the beautiful thing about marrying an older, mature, understandable man.
I'm sure she's poking at all of those single women, but she has a point. Even though she's a bit over the top, I need to point out a few things because, listen, my wife and I planned our pregnancy as well. Okay? We were both making really good money. I was capable of having a nanny all my kids' life. It's only 2 months ago that I let go the nanny. I've had 3 nannies since their birth. 2 Jamaicans in Cayman and then one Filipino since I moved to Dubai. And it was simply because my wife don't want to sit at home either. She's a corporate woman. She's a high-powered woman. So I didn't want her to be unhappy just sitting at home. That would drive her crazy. Because you have to understand, gentlemen, not all women are homebodies and have that mindset. My wife is a little bit more A-type. You know, she has a beautiful mix, to be honest. You know, I mean, she cooked dinner before she rushed off to the office this morning because we no longer have a nanny. She made sure dinner was cooked and on the stove so that when the kids came home from school, when I pick them one up, the other one comes by bus because they go to 2 different schools. Food is on the table. They literally just have to pop it in the microwave and we're good to go. So I'm just giving you an example of how life is for us, right? But because we're together, we live under the same roof and we're married, we share the responsibility to the kids. I've made previous videos on this before. Why being together as a couple works better than being divorced, you know? And the kids get to see the dynamics between my wife and I so that they can learn good relationship skills. So guys, all I'm trying to explain is being a single mother is a nightmare, ladies. Do not ever think that you could just venture into that casually. Don't listen to these other women who thinks that it's better out there being a single mother, because technically all you're doing is giving up a life where both of you are doing all the work and sharing expenses to splitting apart and doing all the work on your own. That's it. You got all the same amount of stress just added to yourself. Because you still got to go to work. You still got to do everything else. This is the problem. And the second point is, ladies, understand your mindset when you reach your 30s. You're literally halfway through life. Most people die at around 70, 75, 77. By the time you reach 35, that's half of 70. So please understand, life isn't as long as you think it is. Most people tend to think, oh, I'll reach 100, and when I reach 50, I'm middle-aged. No, you're starting to hit middle-age by the time you're 35, close to 40. You're middle-aged, literally the middle of your lifespan. When you were a child, you do childlike things. After you're 18, you're an adult. This idea that, oh, I should be having fun in my teens and when I'm young in my 20s. No, you are a freaking adult in your 20s. This is what a lot of women don't understand.
So if I am a hot 25-year-old woman, okay, and this 40-year-old man wants me to have his kids, don't you think that he should be providing for us for me to even consider having his kids, or no?
Does that mean taking you to the Bahamas and giving you $10,000, or?
I never said give $10,000.
Is that $10,000 a month for you to go zip lining and hang gliding? That's providing for you and the kids?
No. You should be doing more than if I'm gonna go have kids with somebody my age. That's just my take.
Do you think that a man who is in his 40s, who by your own admission is going to have more resources than a man at 25, don't you think he'd be better to provide for your children?
No, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Well, then he is doing more.
No, I'm just asking.
He's just not doing more for you.
He's doing more for the offspring, just not for you. You know, you don't get the pearls, you don't get the big diamond. The kids get the better school, the kids get the better education, kids get the better life.
That sounds like a sad life.
It sounds like a sad life to make the preferences, the children over yourself?
Men know that, because men know they have to build in their 20s. Women think, I'm supposed to have fun in my 20s. Because I'm the most attractive in my 20s, I should enjoy that. I should just throw this body all over the place and have as much fun and abuse this body. And then when I reach my late 20s, early 30s, any man should be able to still find me attractive, even though I've been passed around like some garden tool. No, grow up. You don't get to leave your husband at 33 years old with 7 kids and expect another man to come in and say, hey, yeah, I love that blonde weave and that lace front and those nails. I will take that on. Yes, I make $300,000 a year and you are the perfect match for me. Oh, get the hell out of here. Let's be out of your ass, mind. So anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this one off here. Let me know your thoughts. By all means, let's have a conversation about it, especially you ladies. You let me know if I'm wrong. Okay? All right, guys. So listen, give me a thumbs up on the way out if you got this far. All right? And of course, book a session if you'd like to have a chat with me. Okay? Until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. Okay? See you soon.